Hello and welcome to the latest edition of the Speak English with a British Accent podcast. Here's what's in this week's show. How to sound properly exhausted in RP. Learn different ways to say you're tired. Some surprising words that you assumed were British but actually aren't. And some phrasal verbs with put. So let's crack on. Section 1. Knackered, cream-crackered. Learn to sound properly exhausted in RP. Ever felt so tired you could faceplant into your cuppa? Well, if you want to sound like a true Brit when you're running on fumes, you'll need more than a dull "I'm tired." Let's upgrade your vocabulary and sprinkle in a dash of RP flair. Here are some brilliantly British ways to express your fatigue, complete with RP pronunciation tips. If you're beyond tired, these are your go-to phrases. Knackered. Knackered. I'm absolutely knackered after that meeting. Cream-crackered. Cream-crackered. Rhyming slang for knackered. I'm cream-crackered, mate. Can't keep my eyes open. Shattered. Shattered. After that hike, I'm completely shattered. Done in. Done in. I'm absolutely done in from chasing after the kids all day. Worn out. Worn out. You look a bit worn out. Late night. Notice how the word tired becomes tired. Tired rather than tired. Tired. Some more phrases when you're ready to collapse dramatically onto the sofa. Need a kip. Need a kip. I need a kip. I barely slept last night. Ready to drop. Ready to drop. I'm ready to drop. I can't keep my eyes open. Fit for nothing. Fit for nothing. After that spin class, I'm fit for nothing. In dire need of 40 winks. In dire need of 40 winks. I could do with 40 winks before dinner. Flagging. Flagging. I'm seriously flagging. Need a nap or a miracle. RP tip, in 40 winks, soften that T slightly for a more natural RP sound. 40 winks. 40 winks. Rather than the hard T. 40. 40 winks. 40 winks. Now, for those of you running purely on stubbornness and caffeine, here's some more phrases you could use. Dead on my feet. Dead on my feet. I've been working since 5 a.m. I'm dead on my feet. Running on fumes. Running on fumes. I'm running on fumes. I need sleep and caffeine in that order. Like a zombie. Like a zombie. I'm walking around like a zombie after that night shift. So zombie is pronounced with a short o, zombie, zombie. Not zombie, as you'll hear in some American accents. And here's some more phrases for when you're utterly exhausted but still want to sound civilised. Rather fatigued. Rather fatigued. I'm feeling rather fatigued, actually. Or a bit drained. A bit drained. I'm feeling a bit drained after all that socialising. Weary. Weary. I must say I'm feeling quite weary after the conference. A little worse for wear. A little worse for wear. I'm feeling a little worse for wear this morning. Too much wine. In need of a rest. In need of a rest. I think I'm in need of a proper rest. And here's some phrases for when you want to sound casually British and slightly dramatic. Whacked, whacked. I'm completely whacked after moving house. Dog-tired, dog-tired. I'm dog-tired, can't keep my eyes open. Pooped, pooped. I'm totally pooped after that run. Out for the count, out for the count. I'll be out for the count once I hit the sofa. Like death warmed up, like death warmed up. I feel like death warmed up after that all-nighter. An RP tip, in out for the count, use the weak form of for. So it sounds like fur, out for the count. Not out for the count, out for the count. Now, if you want to sound authentically British, even when you're knackered, you'll need to master the finer details of RP pronunciation, and my British Accent Bundle gives you everything you need. Go to learningbritishaccent.com/bundle to find out more. Section 2. Is this the most complex grammar rule in English? Time and time again, I've come across some rule or convention that I've been blissfully unaware of as a native speaker of English. There seems to be numerous things we're just not being taught in the classroom, but when it's brought to my attention, it just seems so naturally and obviously right. The rule I'm referring to here is the order of adjectives. And the order is as follows: opinion, size, age, shape, colour, origin, material, purpose, noun. So each category describes a different aspect of the noun. So opinion, what you think of it. Is it lovely, terrible, interesting? Then size, how big or how small it is. Huge, tiny, medium size. The age, how old is it? Is it new? Is it ancient? Is it young? Then shape, which is the form. Is it round, square, triangular? And then follows the colour. Of course, red, blue, golden, whatever the colour is. Then origin, which is where it's from. So it could be British, Indian, French. And then after origin, it's material. What's it made of? Is it wooden, plastic, silk? And finally, the purpose. What's it used for? Often an adjective acting as a noun modifier. Sleeping bag, running shoes. Now, I wouldn't often use this number of adjectives in any piece of writing or speaking, but instinctively I would follow this order. What is interesting is when you mix up the order, it just sounds wrong. A great rule of thumb is to say things aloud, even if it's just a written piece of work, to double-check whether it feels right. So an example sentence to illustrate this rule is: a lovely little old rectangular green French silver whittling knife. Now, when you muddle up the adjectives, it doesn't have quite the same fluidity. So, for example, a French green, old lovely, little rectangular silver whittling knife. So do you naturally follow this grammar rule? Let me know. Section 3. Surprising words that sound British but aren't. Here are some words that sound distinctly British thanks to their style or formality or elegance, but actually aren't of British origin. Firstly, kerfuffle, kerfuffle. This sounds definitely British. It has that charming, bumbling feel that seems perfect for a Hugh Grant rom-com. But it's not. It actually comes from Scottish Gaelic and was later influenced by the Irish. There was a right kerfuffle when Gary turned up in a kilt at a beach wedding. Secondly, gobbledygook, gobbledygook. Oh, this definitely sounds British. You can practically hear it being muttered by a grumpy aristocrat in Downton Abbey. But it's not. Coined by an American politician in the 1940s to mock bureaucratic jargon. Stop speaking in gobbledygook. I asked for a coffee, not a dissertation. Thirdly, poppycock, poppycock. This sounds utterly posh and perfect for dismissing nonsense at a garden party. But it's not. It comes from the Dutch word papkak, meaning soft food dung. How delightful. Oh, poppycock, the butler is never the murderer. How about smorgasbord? Smorgasbord. This sounds quite British. It has a quaint, refined sound, as if it belongs on the menu at a countryside B&B. But it's not. It's actually Swedish, referring to a buffet-style meal. Their idea of a smorgasbord was 3 limp sandwiches and a questionable quiche. What about canoodle? Canoodle. This does sound British. It's cheeky, playful, and something you'd expect in a carry-on film. But it's not. It likely comes from American slang, with origins in Germany, perhaps? They were caught canoodling behind the teapot display. How very scandalous. Argy-bargy, argy-bargy. Now this sounds British. It oozes pub brawl energy with a dash of Cockney rhyming slang. But it's not. It's actually a Scottish colloquialism for a heated argument. There was a bit of an argy-bargy over who ate the last biscuit. Dapper, dapper. Now this does sound British. You can picture a sharply dressed gent tipping his bowler hat. But it's not. Again, it's from a Dutch word, dapper, meaning bold or brave. Looking dapper today, Nigel. Is that tweed or just wishful thinking? What about moolah? Moolah. This sounds British. It feels like a cheeky slang term you'd hear at the races. But it's not. It's American slang from the 1920s. Its origin is unknown. She spent all her moolah on novelty tea cosies. Priorities, darling. How about hoity-toity? Hoity-toity. Now this definitely does sound British. It gives off those posher-than-thou vibes with a dash of snobbery. But it's not. It originated in America again, as a form of mockery. That hoity-toity waiter practically sneered at my ketchup request. And finally, what about shenanigans? Shenanigans. This sounds mischievous and playful, perfect for a bumbling sitcom British character. But it's not. It's Irish-American slang from the mid-19th century. I'm not in the mood for your shenanigans, Colin. So which one of those surprised you the most? Or do you have any words that you swore were British that turned out to be imposter slang? Section 4. Essential phrasal verbs with put. 3 quick ones you must know. Ever feel like the English language is playing a cheeky game of guess what I mean? Well, phrasal verbs are the undisputed champions of confusion. Take the word put. It seems simple, right? Oh, but slap a preposition or an adverb after it, and suddenly it's anyone's guess. So, let's put our confusion to rest and conquer 3 incredibly useful and deceptively tricky phrasal verbs with put. By the end, you'll be slipping them into conversations with the effortless elegance of a Brit asking for just a splash of milk in their tea. Number 1. Put off. Put off. This means to delay or postpone something. Yes, the fine art of procrastination, a sport at which many of us excel. Some examples. I was supposed to start exercising today, but I put it off until tomorrow. And by tomorrow we mean next month. Don't put off your British accent training. RP perfection waits for no one. Now, in RP, you'll hear the t from put clearly pronounced, but it sounds as though it's added to the off, so it sounds like put off, put off. Number 2, put up with, which means to tolerate or endure. This one's perfect for describing your heroic patience in dealing with life's minor or major inconveniences. So, for example, I can't put up with my neighbour's bagpipe practice any longer. Honestly, why do we put up with British weather? One day it's summer, the next day it's Narnia. And again, that T of put seems to snuggle up to the up, so it sounds like put up with, put up with, put up with. And finally, put on, put on. This means to feign or pretend. Whether you're exaggerating your enthusiasm at a tedious meeting or dramatically clutching your chest at the sight of a spider, this one is your go-to. For example, she's just putting it on. She's not actually ill. You're not really scared of the dark, are you? Stop putting it on. And again in RP, put and on often merge smoothly in fast speech, so you might hear the two words almost becoming one, with the t subtly linking into the on, put on, put on. Now, put your accent skills into action. See what I did there? If you're tired of putting off your British accent goals, put up with no more excuses and put on your best RP charm. My British accent bundle will help you master these phrasal verbs and sound like you were born sipping Earl Grey and judging people's queue etiquette. So go to learningbritishaccent.com/bundle for more information and to join the membership. Thank you for listening, and a very quick reminder that the bundle is currently on sale at the moment for a mere 59 quid, so get it while you can. Now hopefully I'll see you back here, same time, same place next week. Bye for now.